Free picks the 23rd of February, your college hoops free pick video. And we also give out some NBA and NHL or whatever the masses want when they come to hang out here. A little regular crew that shows up for the live show. Let's check out. All right, we're good. We're live. I always got to double check here on Facebook and YouTube that it loads up, and then we could jump right into it because that's what we do. I know it takes everybody a minute or so to get here, and all right, we're getting text saying we're on. Daniel, right in. I love it. Good afternoon. Thanks for coming. College hoops today. I had a nice free pick day yesterday with college basketball. We'll go, I think, 5-2, which was good. And unfortunately, my premiums didn't get there. When I try not to mix the two, but sometimes you come across both. But then all of a sudden, I leave a bunch of winners out there, and it hurts. But that's gambling, people. That's what we do here. So we'll just jump right into it. Let's go. I only picked like 3 games tonight. They're the bigger conference games. We got 3, but I figured everybody's going to ask other things, so we'll roll into all those. So we're going to start right off the bat. Illinois, Michigan State. Load these up as I say them. We're going to take Michigan State plus a 7. Game number 1, 7 o'clock. So yeah, last game we saw Illinois. What did they just trounce Minnesota? We talked about it. We had Mini. I was like, let's take Mini on the money line or getting 2, whatever. I thought it'd be a winner. Yeah, well, not so fast. But what like Michigan State teams coming around, because they had that bad stretch in January, but then they've big win over Indiana for them. So I think we're seeing your kind of regular Michigan State team that people thought we'd get at the beginning of the year, not the team that slumped really bad in January. So I'm gonna take the 7, and I'm a big Illinois fan. I like Illinois, but I'm gonna take the 7 here. I just think Michigan State's gonna keep it close. It's a big number. I get Illinois is good. I get Michigan State's had a down year, but I'm taking the points here with the Illini. 8 o'clock game. Head into the Big East. St. John's and Nova. St. John's and Nova. So we're seeing 11.5, total 154. Hey, Karen. How are you? Thanks for coming again. Appreciate you and Daniel always here. Same, we see a bunch of the same folks showing up like that. It's good to get a little flow and rhythm to the show and with the viewers and stuff. So I like that. So back to the Johnnies here. I like the under here. It's 154. Now, listen, I was going through the scores: 88-83, DePaul 93-84, 76-73, 92-81. St. John's put up a bunch of points. Even Nova, Creighton game, 156 points there. 96-64. We got 84-74 against Georgetown, who was shooting the ball pretty well. The last time these guys played, we'll get that game in a second, Ninja. It was Johnny's actually won 70-59. So we get a little revenge angle here. And not that I'm definitely not laying 11.5, but I like the under to 154, simply because I think we're going to see a focused Nova team. This is more defensive team than offensive team. I don't think St. John's going to be able to come out here and dictate a pace like they have a team like DePaul or something. So I think it's going to be more Nova tempo, which is why I like the under. And the recent numbers are a lot of overs, yeah. But I'm going to buck that kind of trend, and I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to go under Villanova. Under Nova 154 is what it was. Again, these are from earlier today, so maybe the line might have moved a little bit. So not quite sure. I can pull it up, see what it is right now. So it's down to 152.5 now. 152. Now 152. Now 152.5. So I feel good about that at least, because it's moving with us. So Akron -2. I do not. This game, I got a premium on it. I actually got them last night. I think I got Akron +3, believe it or not, when I put that game out. So I was not sure why Ohio is favored there. That's I got them. I got Akron +3. So I like Akron. I mean, Ohio's been off a little bit. Uh, Teams coming back from a break like that. How are you? How are you favored? You know, haven't played in 3 weeks. Last played February 2nd. Give me Akron. So take the Akron. Love Michigan State. Yep. I'm with you, Andrew. I'm on State too. Gotta like it. Corey in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Glad everybody's coming in. Yeah, +3 last. Uh, and I do. I put games out the night before. I've been. What's I shouldn't say what's going to change because today, NBA, hockey, whatever case may be, college basketball, you got guys all of a sudden an hour before tip off, you got three guys sitting out and key players. So has it come back to bite me on the ass sometimes? Absolutely. I mean, I've had some bad numbers since the weekend. The last 3 or 4 days, I've been getting hurt a little bit. It happens. Sometimes you get them. That's the balance, though. It's the balance of the ball. Yeah, I'd still lay. I definitely, yeah, still lay it at -2. You're going to be a little. I mean, Ohio hasn't played in basically a month. It's the 23rd. They played the second. You're going to be a little rusty. I don't care who these teams are. I think you're maybe guys also sitting out because of COVID. I don't know what you're getting. So yeah, I think I'm definitely taking Akron. I'll lay the 2 with Akron. Don't feel bad. Yeah, but it is a scary pick, Michigan State, because they're such a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Jackass kind of team. You know, I mean, they go on the road with Rutgers beat them by like 30. Then they come back and beat Indiana, who's playing some kind of good ball. Illinois on the road, though, you just whitewashed Minnesota, who I kind of liked, and now here you're laying a 7, which is kind of a high number. I look at 7, which is almost like a 10 because to win, cover the 7, you got to win by 8, 9, or 10. You're not going to win. You're not saying they're going to win by 8 points, right? You're taking Michigan thinking that they're going to, excuse me, taking Illinois thinking they're going to beat Michigan State by 10. It's a comfortable win, right? That's the way I look at games. I see a 7, I'm like, well, you need at least 10 here because you get some garbage shot or layup at the end of the game, and you need that little cushion there. So I think 7's a little too much. As good as Illinois, you've heard me toot Illinois' horn multiple times. We got future wrapped up on them. I like them, but 7, give me Michigan State. I just think they've been playing a little better. Iowa State Baylor. Big number. These are one of those games. Baylor, do I think is the best team in the country? Them or Gonzaga? All things being equal, I think will we get those guys in the championship game, Final Four. That's what I'm hoping for because I think they're the 2 best teams. And I don't even think it's close. I think it's those 2 guys, and then maybe Michigan the way they've been playing lately. But I think these 2. But am I going to lay 24? You know what? I shouldn't say that. Like, why wouldn't you lose 24? Because sometimes you see Baylor come out and roll teams in first halves and put up 50 to 15 type first halves. They're going to score in the 80s. What's Iowa State scoring here? That's what do you think's going to be? You got West Virginia up next for Baylor. Are they going to take their foot off the gas and ease it up a little bit? You got to Cyclones. They're going to give up 80. Baylor probably get to, should they get to 90 because you got a team that gives up 77, 78 points and they're scoring 85, 86, 87 a game. Should this game be 90 to 60 and win by 30? Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's just one of those things that kind of don't like. Bleds got him at Illinois at 5. Okay, there you go. Yeah, because I think it was up to when I wrote these out, it was 7. Let me I'll pull up a fresh line here. But yeah, Baylor. I'm not gonna talk you off Baylor, even though it's a big fave. They're that good. You're laying 25 to a conference opponent. So yeah, you're gonna they're a good team. So I believe it or not, I kind of like it. I'd lay 24. I think they should probably win this by about close to 30. I mean, if they don't get to 90, if they don't get to 85, I'd be shocked. And I don't think Iowa State's going to get to 70. So I think you're kind of it'll be kind of close-ish, in that kind of area. Yes, but I guess it all comes down to what you like. For me, it would be a no play because I'm not. That's just a big number. I don't like laying those kind of numbers. Florida Auburn. Florida Auburn. I got Florida Auburn. I'm just looking at my notes here. So I got Auburn as a 1 point fave and pulling up the number tonight for them. What do we got? So it's Auburn's 154. Again, my number is really not that much different from this game. I do like Florida. So look at this plus money honey in the house. How are you? So I lean Florida there. I mean I got the Auburn as a small fave, but I would still take Florida with the point there. Money line it up. Just think they're the better team. I think you're just getting a one because it's in Auburn. So Gators would be my play. UConn or George. I would go Connecticut. I like Connecticut in that game. I think Georgetown's been a little overachieving lately, the way they've been playing. So give me Connecticut, the Huskies. Huskies over the Hoyas. And was having one of Michigan State since 2015. Yeah, but those kind of things are wacky. I mean, I kind of just like Michigan State. They've always been a good team. I know they had the bad stretch we had talked about on the year. They had a bad little run, but seven's a nice amount of points. I don't think Michigan State is that bad, so I'll take the 7. Or you got them. Somebody's got them at 5, so not 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 gonna talk you off a 5 there. But I like Michigan State. I don't know. Someone said TCU, huh? TCU from West Virginia. Again, we just said this. So Baylor plays West Virginia next. So maybe West Virginia's, you know, they a little trap spot here. They won at Texas. Now they're playing down to TCU, who just lost to K State. K State had lost 13 straight games. So maybe you're overlooking them. How about the over? I mean, West Virginia, as much as a Huggy Bear team's been a defensive kind of team, they've been leaning towards the over there. So fresh total on TCU is, what do we got? 145 and a half. I lean over. I'll lean over that TCU. I mean, I can see where you want to take TCU because it's a spot between Texas and Baylor for West Virginia. So I could understand that. But that's, for me, I don't know. West Virginia is kind of tough. Go over. All right, Jazz pick, great fourth quarter comeback. We'll take it, Dr. Ward. Blue blood, Kansas plus. I kind of like Kansas. I was like, I take Kansas here. You think they're back? They've won a couple, but who they really beat? They're not beating like the elite teams. And Texas, I'm going to lean. I'm going to lean on Texas. Believe it or not, here. I know people are going to jump on Kansas. I saw a lot of Kansas talk, but I'm going to go the other way and take Texas in that spot. They haven't played them all. I know they haven't played. That's what I mean. But at least you get a tune-up, 24 and a half, 25. Again, this is somebody. Do I think Baylor could come out and win? Could it be sloppy? How about first half? You take Iowa State because then Baylor maybe turn it on. They got West Virginia next, so I don't think they're gonna not play hard. They've been off. This is not some game they could just go through the motions. I think they got to kind of maybe come out full throttle then. Kind of maybe like Baylor a little more. We're going to see how good they are. And I didn't realize that they hadn't played that long because that's a game I really don't look at. I see a big number. I'm like, I'll stay away from that. So good spot, Andrew. Bring that up. Haven't played in a month. You got West Virginia on deck, who's a pretty good team, a lot better than Iowa State. So you think you're going to get no holds barred here from Baylor. Got to come out, right? They haven't played. Let's get it going. Takes his money. I try winning money. I try. See how we're doing. Plus money. Allie's here. Love doing the show with Allie. Total Chaos. If you don't follow her, Morning Wood Show for the lines. Thanks, Wendy. Thanks for coming by. What do we got here? Lake Illinois, Michigan State. Yep, we talked about that, Rob. I like Michigan State. We have a couple Illinois backers. And I like Illinois. I've said it. You're going to hear me repeat. I've had Illinois future for the Final Four men's championship game there. But in this spot, I'm going to take the 7 Michigan State. I think Spartans hang close. Maybe steal one. It's basketball. You never know what's going to happen. UConn over. Yep, I like UConn over Georgetown there. I like that game. What's my favorite pick on? I would have said to start, I would have been Akron because I got them at +3, and now I got the nice value. Now they're -2. That's a team in Ohio hasn't played in a little bit, so I kind of like Akron there. But just looking at some of these matchups that we're going over, I do listen. Anytime I hate just picking out one and saying what's your best because that game loses, but then the other 3 games we mentioned all go 3-0, and then you get the angry guy like, "Oh, you lost," but that's 'cause you said it was your favorite, and the other ones lose. Well, if I like something, I like them. I mean, rarely I'll have your monster big game. I'll throw out your game of the week or whatever you want to call it, something like that. But a lot of times you just kind of, it's all bet, you're gonna bet games and you're gonna bet, 6, 7 games a night, 7 games, especially college basketball is loaded up on a weekend, 15, 20 games you want to play. You can't just be picking and choosing. It's got to be watch your bankroll the same, you know, even it out. You can't just be spiking. I'll be like, who are we? Who are we going to turn into like some clown guy who's like, I got a best game here. It's 10 units, and you lose 6 of those. All of a sudden, I come out with a rare 500 unit whale play or some nonsense. I'm 2 and 17, but somehow, you're up money. Yeah, that's not the real world. Come on, people, I can't do that. LSU -4.5, huh? Let me pull up the LSU line here. Get a fresh line for everybody, or for me, more importantly, here as I'm looking at it. So LSU 4.5, 164. I got this game at 5, 162. So I'd lean on the under here. I think that's a big number, 165. And sometimes I don't shy away. They're trying to scare you, but 165 range. We're talking both teams in the mid 80s. I'll go under. Oklahoma to cover. I was about to just mention this one next. Oklahoma 10.5 over K-State. This would be my third game on the show. I'm going to take Oklahoma -10.5. Because what I've seen in their back-to-back games, they beat West Virginia. They come back, beat Iowa State. Let me just pull up their schedule. Excuse me for a second, because I just had a little something right there. And this kind of game fit right into that because they're off a quote unquote like a big win here. So K State, as I just said, they lost 13 straight games before they beat TCU. So you beat West Virginia in overtime on the road. Then you come back and you beat Iowa State. And even before that, we saw them beat Oklahoma. We saw them beat Kansas. We saw them beat Texas on the road. Then they came back and beat Alabama, who's been pretty good. Then they ended up taking a loss at this Texas Tech team. But then again, you beat West Virginia on the road, Iowa State. So I think you're going to get a solid performance. This isn't a team that seems like it plays down, So we've seen them win on the road. All right, this is your third roadie, but you're off Iowa State. Nothing crazy there. What I see out of them, like I just said, Kansas, Texas, Alabama, West Virginia, you beat teams, and it's not like you're in some nail biters. 91-90 West Virginia overtime, 80-79 against Texas. Alabama was a 5-point game. Kansas was a 7-point game. So these are close games against superior teams than Kansas State. So I think it's going to be a rout. Oklahoma State it should destroy these guys. Kansas State's just a terrible team. Terrible team. All right. What do we got here? Shots fired, Duck, Dave. Who's Dave? Where's Dave? Is there Dave in here? Who do you like, Nick? What's going on here? Who'd Nick say he liked that he's upset with us here? Georgia State over App State. I like Appalachian State, believe it or not, +7. I mean, the number is probably where it should be. I think. I don't have it a drastic different from the 7 and 143 that was posted yesterday, but I do like Appalachian State in that spot. Let me just add Oklahoma here, and I'll do the recap of all three. So we had, and then I'm sure somebody's going to hit me with some NBA. Michigan State +7. Under 152.5 for Nova. Oklahoma is 10.5. All right. Nothing. No NBA. Usually there's a lot of NBA talk. That's why I only did 3 games. I'm like, man, we're going to run into every NBA game. But not much in the way has for NBA or hockey today. We're just I only gave out 3 games I got on. I apologize for that. How about, I kind of lean Missouri. If you like that game, I lean Missouri. I kind of like that a little bit. I'm trying to think of big games here. Big conferences. Big conference Tuesday. Vegas Stadium as well plays. Oh. All right. I guess they're saying shots fired. I was like, I thought I'd still wrong. I was like, yeah. How do you minus 800? Yeah. I mean, how did the people say like, oh, and I read people like, you're a crazy tout guy, and I'm like, I mean, some picks are, single games $34. I mean, I've been in Jersey my entire life. Granted, I'm moving, but 15, 16 years ago when I started on sites, there was no legal. It was online. Call up on an 800 line, call the guy 888 whatever 212 numbers, and this was a good way to just make some extra thing. I hate, you got guys like Vegas Dave out there, and there's others. I mean, you see these clowns on Twitter like how do you lay 8? I mean, I don't. I told you yesterday I don't like laying 165, 170, and come on, don't do that. That's crazy. Yeah, Missouri. I like Missouri. That if I'm picking a dark horse SEC team to win their tournament, I'm taking Missouri. I mean, I know everybody's high on Tennessee. Kentucky, are they back? Who knows? Give me Missouri. I mean, I've seen Missouri beat some decent teams. I mean, everybody's going to have a crazy loss. You're going to have a loss unless you're Gonzaga or Baylor, who's really good. I don't think you're going to get some random loss there. But any other team, you're going to have that outlier loss to a team will be like, they should have beat. That's just the way the season is, especially a crazy season like this where you don't know who's, they give a test and they pull a guy off the bench like they did with Kevin Durant or some nonsense. All right, what's up? Here we go. We got some NBA. What's up? I got Nets, Magic, Bucks, Clippers. Let's pull up some NBA and run it through. What do you say? We'll start with Nets, Magic, Bucks, Clips. Nets, Magic, Bucks, Clips. Magic. We'll come back on the Magic again. This Detroit team. I'll follow you on the Magic. This net line has come down. How about we just go over to 242? Again, huge number, but the Nets are just going to run all over the place, and I think Sacramento could keep pace there, so I would lean on the over there. Bucks 10.5. I know Milwaukee is a bad team. I mean, am I going to jump on Milwaukee here since and I know they've won a couple, but they're still barely getting to that double-digit spread. What they got 13 here. All right, lost to Oklahoma. How are we taking Milwaukee? We're not. We gotta. I'll take Mini just because Milwaukee's not winning. I mean, forget about covering. Clippers. No, 12. It's 12. How? I get it. I get Washington. We talked about we had the Wizards yesterday over the Lakers. I will come back on Washington. It's the same arena. They're staying in the same hotel bed. And I get, it's a letdown spot. You're getting 12 points out of the gate. The Clippers are the letdown team. Clippers are the team that you don't know who's going to be playing. I'll take Washington again. Akron money line. Go for it. Hawks, Canadians. We're on the ice. I like Chicago. I like Chicago on the ice. Montreal against Ottawa. Montreal, we're laying a huge number here. I can't lay that. I'd have to do puck line. I'd have to do puck line. I mean, let's just throw that in. Oh, over Hawks. Oh, Hawks and over in Canadians or over in Canadians. Yeah, anything with Montreal, I'm not laying that number. I mean, put in a parlay, I guess, so you're not laying a 190, 200, whatever it is. I can't do that. Akron money line. Don't forget the Hawks -7. Atlanta Hawks -7. I see Hawks. I don't know if we're talking Black Hawks or Hawks. I apologize for that. Oh man. Um, my first inclination would lean to the Cavs, but let me just do a quick look here again. They've lost 10 in a row. 10. How many games these guys lose? They're just getting pummeled here. 16, 17, 31, 17, 19, 38. Yeah, you know what? I guess I could go with Atlanta on there. I mean, you can't back that Cleveland team over on the Atlanta Hawk game. 220.5. You figure Cleveland's going to give up what 115? What are we getting out of Cleveland? That's the thing. Are we going to get 115 from them? You think Atlanta's scoring 130? That's where I'd be worried. Because I don't think Cleveland's scoring. I mean, the line's come down a half. It ticked down a half. Maybe look at the under. Maybe I can't do that, Rob. I can't. I know you love it, Atlanta. Atlanta's gonna score. I do team total over Atlanta. Probably a good bet for you there. Yeah, I don't know what Cleveland's gonna do. I mean, I just read you off how they're getting destroyed. Is Atlanta scoring 130? Because you're gonna have to get it near that because I don't think you're getting more than 105 from the other guys. Devils money line. Let's see. Against Buffalo, that's 115 up to 140. Yeah, I mean, I take doubles. Why not? How about a little puck line? I just sometimes, and I've done this. I've hurt myself over the years where I don't want to lay 140. I end up doing a puck line and it ends up a loser for me. And I have to adjust my thinking into that all the time by taking favorites instead of going like puck line or run line in baseball. 140 is not a bad number to lay. So yeah, I played at 140. Steph Curry over 5.5 3-pointers for Golden State. Let me flip back to NBA against the Knicks. Yeah, I do that over 5.5 threes because he's in New York. You might want to put on a show. It's the Garden. Yeah, go with that. PointsBet's having a boost on Atlanta Hawks -7. Go for it. I mean, that Hawks team's. Excuse me, not the Hawks. The Cavaliers team. I ran off the score. Don't do it again. Neil, we're all over Akron -2. -2 money line. Tease it up. Reverse it up to an 8-point game. Zips. They'll be getting absolutely zip out of Ohio, so Akron wins it. Little word porridge there for us. Little word play. Parlays are iffy. No, absolutely they're iffy. But I listen. I don't like. Somebody brought up Montreal Canadiens. I'm not. I'm not a late 200 kind of guy. Like I said yesterday. 160s really the top. I mean, I didn't even want to lay to 140 with the Devils. I'd rather go puck line. So consistent. Well, if it's consistent to you, you must be a big dog guy because there's been some nice dog winners for us the last couple of days here on the show. So we're consistent. When you say consistent, maybe consistently inconsistent way some teams have been playing. All righty. We're approaching a half-hour mark. We gave out the 3 colleges, and they're in the chat. And NBA-wise, if we're looking for stuff, I don't know. Nothing is a real big jumper to me in the NBA. I mean, I guess I kind of ride with the Hawks since Cleveland's bad. Over the Nets game, I got to take Milwaukee if we're doing it because of Minnesota rather over Milwaukee. I'll take the points from Milwaukee there. Get the 10.5, 11 for the Wolves. And I like the Wizards again there. So Bucks. I don't know. Reverse line for Bucks. Yeah, the Jazz. So listen, teams are rolling. It's tough to not play when teams are rolling. Sometimes you gotta, throw a little kink in the chain there. But I don't know. Like the Bucks, it's like saying let's take the Atlanta Hawks on the money line tonight. Again, it's +7. It'll be 2. Have you seen? They're losing by 30 some games. Yeah, yeah, I like the Bucks because the Bucks haven't been playing good. Why am I? I'm not laying 11 with them. I'll go the other way with the Bucks. I'm taking I'll take a mini. I'm sorry if I thought I said under nets on this one. Yeah, LA Kings rolling. I had the Kings yesterday. You know, hockey wise today, I took Chicago. See how that plays out. I like the Penguins there. Also, that's about it there. That's about it. Yeah, I kind of like the under. Timberwolves are going to be the Timberwolves, and Milwaukee hasn't played good. John Collins. Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. We think we like an angle, we talk about why we like a game for a particular reason, and then it plays out, and then something totally else happens to have you win or lose. So, all you could do is think of why you like it. You bring up a point there with John Collins. We go this route. You know, Someone thinks this side of it. It's like, well, they haven't played. They're going to be rusty out of the gate. Let's think this way. All right, these guys are off a big win. Maybe it's a little letdown spot for them. We think this way. That's the best part. We do videos, we throw it back and forth, see what people think of different things. Any thoughts on Akron? Line moved overnight. Yep. Yeah. We are all over the Zips. Akron all day, twice on Tuesday. Akron to get it done. I like Georgia there, huh? We was just saying because that totals a crazy mid 160s. It's what 165, if I remember, because we looked at that a little earlier in the show. Yeah, 165 and a half. It's gone up. It's gone up. I take Georgia with the points here. I like the Nets under. Nets under, Karen. Oklahoma. I'm all over Oklahoma to get it done. I got that as a premium also. This Virginia Tech game's it's going to be a good game, that Virginia Tech. I almost want to take the Ramblin' Wreck of Georgia Tech over Virginia Tech because I think they're a little scrappy group. Maybe sit and watch it. Money line it. Why not? Go money line. It's one. What are you laying? 130 there, 140. As opposed to sweating at a 1.7170 game. You're welcome, Crofts. You're welcome. All right, let's wrap this puppy up for Tuesday. Wednesday, we're back. I got to start looking ahead. We want to get into some baseball chat, some baseball stuff. Be sure I'll be doing you can look it up. It'll be on the probably winning free picks page. I'll be doing a little bit of Major League Baseball stuff next couple days there. So look for a free video there, but I'll also do it on here. Oklahoma first half. Yeah, I take Oklahoma first half. I think they're just going to run Kansas State out of the building. So, yeah, first half, 40-15 in the first half. That's how good I think the Oklahoma play is today. You want to know I think is a good play? I think Oklahoma's going to run roughshod over them. All right, folks, we're going to wrap this up. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel, 12 o'clock. We'll be here. And good luck, everyone. Thanks for coming, everyone. I appreciate that. All the likes, the views, comments. I appreciate it. I could do this for hours on end, but uh, I just can't. With everybody home from school, everybody's eating up bandwidth and chatting. There'll be instruments playing pretty soon. So good luck.